The winter finally killed off this Montego battery, so got to pull it out and replace it. Huh. Alright, time to get started up. Fail-safe engine mode. Everything's here. Fail-safe engine mode still. Interesting. Huh. I'm flooring it and it's doing nothing. Let's get the OBD tool on this thing. Haven't had to use one of these in months, probably because this car hasn't been running in months. Throttle control system forced idle. Throttle actuator control system stuck closed. The last thing I was messing with was the throttle body, so that kind of makes sense. I didn't disconnect it. Let's just see if it fires up and works this time. Nope, it works even worse this time. Great. All right. So when I took the throttle body off to clean it, I definitely left this connector on to make sure something like this wouldn't happen. So much for that. I think this is our idle air control valve. Normally they don't have coolant lines running through them, but let's just take it off, take a look at it, clean it up. What can it hurt? All right, so it seems to be working now. I went under the hood to take off a part that I misidentified, and it was really stupid because I know that electronic throttle body control system cars don't have an idle air control valve. I think this said something about idle valve or something in the codes, but I pulled apart, looked at it, and went, oh, this is not an idle air control valve. Kind of wish I had a little more time with this car. I don't want to keep it. I've never really been passionate about this thing. There are still some things I could fix on this car. It's just we ran out of time. Overall, it's been a pretty reliable car. The alternator, because I did it myself, it only cost about 120, 150 bucks. The mileage on this thing is pretty low. I'm currently looking at 54,961 miles, and the cross-trek is super close, within like 100 miles of crossing that. The paint isn't great, so this being New England and it's probably going to be sold here, someone's probably going to use this as their winter beater car, and I think whoever does that is going to really enjoy having this as their winter beater, because they're going to get it for like probably $2,000. It's got low miles, it's pretty reliable, handles the snow pretty well, not like the Crosstrek, but it's pretty good. While there's still a lot that I can fix or improve on this thing, it's not going to add any value to it for a trade-in, and I just don't have the time or money to put into doing that. If I'm going to put money into a money pit, it's going to be the Grand Prix. It's also going to be the GTO, honestly. I always think of the Grand Prix as the money pit car and the GTO as the expensive, nice, if I have to sell it, then it's going to be worth a lot of money kind of car. Not a lot of money, you know what I mean. It's over $10,000, whereas the Grand Prix is probably $500. But the GTO is also a money pit. It's a fun money pit. I'm going to get a lot more return for what I put into it. So yeah, this video is more than likely just a goodbye to the Montego. I'll kind of miss it. It hasn't treated me too poorly. Old cars have parts that fail, and the parts didn't fail on this too often. My wife is getting a new car. The Crosstrek isn't big enough for some of the stuff that we end up buying sometimes or transporting. Her job sometimes has her transport stuff to events, and she sometimes needs a bigger vehicle than the Crosstrek is. So we are, instead of trading in the Crosstrek, which we both like and have put some modifications into, it does have a lot of value because Subarus almost don't go down in value here. This car isn't really our style. We don't like the color. It doesn't hold a lot of stuff. It holds a decent amount of stuff, but it's a sedan, so the trunk space is kind of short compared to an SUV or station wagon. This thing is okay on gas mileage, but big modern SUVs get the same gas mileage. So I think this is a good choice. I hope it's a good choice. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next Car Simplified video. Well, I'm in the Crosstrek. There's the Montego, and my wife is driving off with the new car. And I guess that's it. It's been good, Monty. See you around.